So what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 8 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. And oh, baby, is it a special episode. It is our Super Bowl edition. Today we're going to be talking about all things Super Bowl, nothing else, because it's our last freaking week we can talk about this season's NFL, and I'm very upset, but I'm also very excited. Just a quick reminder, we always post on Tuesdays at 5, record on Mondays. And you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, at Nothing But Controversy. If you want to see our recorded version where you see our reactions and the full video, go to YouTube at Nothing But Controversy. And our Insta at Nothing But Controversy is for little clips, our favorite clips of the week. And right now, until Thursday, you guys have a chance to enter our very first giveaway to try and win 48 of the world famous now because of Halle Berry, Cunningham's wings for the Super Bowl. Let me tell you, you do not want to miss out. It's very easy to enter. You just go to our most recent post on Instagram. You're going to like it, tag a friend, share it to your story, and follow us at Nothing But Controversy. It's super simple. And good luck to you.
Good luck.
All right. So let's start it off here. Okay, I got all that stuff off my chest. All right, so we're going to start with our predictions for Super Bowl, the winner, and the MVP. How do you think that game's going to go, Cam?
Okay, so just since we're called Nothing But Controversy, I had to think about this a lot. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm really excited to watch it, obviously. It might be the best quarterback matchup we've ever seen in the Super Bowl. To me, I think the two tackles being out for Kansas City is going to make a big difference for them. I think Tampa Bay with JPP and Shaq Barrett, they're going to find a way to get home. And so my controversial take of the day is that Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl. I think on offense, look, last time they played it was 27-24 the final.
Wow.
Kansas City got off to a hot start.
Tyreek Hill got off to a hot start.
Right. So that's what I think Tampa Bay's defense is going to do differently. They're going to play more of like a shell defense and try and get some like zone blitzes going. Then they're not going to be stuck in man a lot. Carlton Davis will have Tyreek like man on man with one of the safeties over top, try to keep him at bay. But yeah, I really, it's so hard. Everything that Tom Brady's done in these playoffs, you got to think he's going to finish it. So to me, I think he's going to finish it at home. And Bucks are going to win.
All right, let me jump in here.
Yeah.
So it's getting a lot harder and harder every single time to bet against Tom Brady. But as a wise man once said, my buddy Shaner, it may be hard, but it's not impossible. Go Chiefs, baby. Oh, my God, I can't see Tom Brady win another Super Bowl. I just can't. Oh, it pains me every time to see him lift the Super Bowl. I've had enough of my dad in my ear screaming, this guy's the GOAT. Like, I know. Just stop reminding me we need someone else to take over this game, and I need Patty Mahomes to say, you know what? It's my time. I'm ready. That being said, I think it's going to be an absolute slugfest, big plays all over the place. And my one X factor, Cam, I know you kind of didn't really – I mean, you said your X factor was kind of JPP and stuff. Mine is Tyrann Mathieu. I think he's going to have a fantastic game. The Honey Badger goes off, maybe gets a pick, and maybe, you know what? Bold prediction, gets a pick and a sack. And I have the Chiefs winning 35-31.
Yeah, look, like you guys said, this one is so tough because I think not even from a betting standpoint, but just from a football standpoint, the theme of the playoffs in the AFC was everyone forgot how good the Chiefs were every week. When they played the Browns, everyone forgot how good they were. And in the NFC, the theme was everyone forgot how good a Tom Brady-led team was in the NFC. So, now that they're playing together, I think, it kind of just offsets each other. I think Patty Mahomes and Tom Brady, in this case, offset each other just from that standpoint. But I think when you take everything into consideration, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce are the X factors this week. I don't think Tampa Bay, let alone anyone in the league, has someone that can go step for step with Tyreek Hill. So I think that's my X factor for the week, just that Tyreek Hill matchup with the Tampa Bay secondary. And then obviously you have Travis Kelce. There's definitely the issue with the tackles. But, Kansas City is known for being, that quick strike team. They do let plays develop downfield, but I think the guys that they have in will be able to hold them off long enough for those times they do go deep and do, take those big shots. But in this game, I have Kansas City just for the simple reason that I cannot, like Matt, I can't see Tom lift another trophy and French kiss his son on national television. I'll lose my mind. Like, I can't do it anymore. So I have the Chiefs as well. I think it's going to be a slugfest too. I have probably 28-24 Kansas City.
I'm going to touch on some of the points you guys already brought up. You guys said about the tackle situation. I actually saw this week that Mitchell Schwartz might be back. So that would be huge because he plays on the right side. So he'd have Shaq Barrett. That still leaves Cam's X Factor, JPP, who, by the way, should still be a New York Giant, just in case anybody forgot.
Should also still have 5 fingers, but
Well, listen, that's a different story. But like you guys said, it's the GOAT against the up and coming GOAT. I think we're going to see the passing of the torch here. Mahomes is going to send Tom Brady crying, and it's going to be 34-26 Chiefs.
Wow. All right.
So is there any circumstance where this is Tom Brady's last game? Do we think?
I don't think
so.
No, I don't think so either.
But just for the sake of a prediction, I'll go 34-31 Tampa.
Yeah.
But I think the Chiefs, I think they're going to find a way to overcome that tackle thing. Whether you get Kelsey, I could very well see Travis Kelsey win an MVP of this game. Just the way he's been taking over games this year. But I do think Andy Reid and Bieniemy will find a way to, get the ball out quick and stuff. We'll see. My X factor is just that
Mahomes, he's hard to sack anyways.
Right, exactly. So, but we'll see. I think the X factor is that Tampa front seven, and especially the D line. If they don't get home and get any sacks like they did against Rodgers, it might get ugly for them.
I just want to touch on one more thing that I forgot to say. I know I usually say the big X factor is who can cause the most turnovers. To me, this game, I want you guys to look out for who gets held to the most field goals, okay? Because I feel like the team that gets held to field, whatever, if they get inside the 20 and they get a drive stopped cold and they have to kick a field goal instead of scoring a touchdown, I feel like that's going to be a huge factor into the end of the game, especially since I think it's going to be a slugfest. But anyways, let's move on. So we're going to go to our segment we do every week, and we actually have 2 of them this week, and it's our question.
Are we doing MVPs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's true. We could do MVPs. It's true. I thought we were gonna just I have Patrick Mahomes for the right. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, I have Travis Kelsey in this game, like Cam said. I think just the way he's been playing the last few weeks, I think, he benefits so much from Tyreek Hill, just being that explosive factor that he is usually the second. He's not getting mad. He's a matchup nightmare, no matter who you line him up with. But he has that advantage of having Tyreek Hill on the other side of him just to, get that favorable matchup. So I think he's going to take advantage of that. I think he's going to play a huge role in the blocking game as well. Just because it's going to be the story going in with the tackles. I think a lot of the focus is going to be on, who can step up and be that guy. And I think Travis Kelsey will really help out in the blocking game, whether it's, just a little bit before he goes out for a pass or in the run game or whatever it is. I think that's going to, bring some spotlight to him too.
Just for the sake of my pick, I'm going to go with Brady, but I could say another big 3 on Kansas City winning it as well, if they do pull it out.
We got a shocker for MVP this year. My boy, Frank Clark. We're seeing an MVP on the defensive side. He's going to get some sacks on Brady. He's winning MVP. Book it.
Before we move on, I just want to say I feel like it's just a foregone conclusion on the MVP, just because unless both Brady and Mahomes just suck, I think there's no way you're gonna not give it to Mahomes unless Kelsey goes off for 4 touchdowns or whatever. I just think no matter last year you could argue Patrick Mahomes shouldn't even have gotten the Super Bowl MVP, but he was the guy. He was the main story. He's the guy. So
no, it's like the Heisman. It's except this year it's usually a quarterback's award to win, but
I've only seen what was it. The only guys I can remember that didn't win it were it was Edelman.
Malcolm Smith won it, yeah.
Miller, right?
It's a little Frank Clark vibes for you, Malcolm Smith.
Yes, sir.
A little Frank Clark vibes.
All right, so kind of forgot about the MVP there, but I guess we'll move on. We're going to go to our question of the week. We have 2 of them, and the first one, Cam kind of touched upon it. He sent a message to our group chat and asked the question, should we have this as our question? We said, yeah. Is Mahomes-Brady the best Super Bowl QB matchup we've ever seen. So just think about it. We're all in our early 20s, so can't be talking about like Troy stuff like that. Like, we don't really know these guys, like we haven't really seen them. So I mean, I guess I'll go first, and I'm gonna say yes, but it's tied.
I think we have the same time, Matt.
Obviously around the same one.
Yeah.
It's tied with Breeze and Manning.
Yeah.
Just because they had such special years back in 2009. I mean, the Saints went 13-3. The Colts, I think, went 14-2.
15-1. Yeah.
Oh, they went 15-1. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got to see Breeze and Manning, two of the top 5 quarterbacks of all time, in my opinion, in their prime, playing a Super Bowl. So I think, with that being said, I don't think Brady's in his prime. He's still playing great, but we're getting Mahomes going into his prime, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You can argue he's not even in his prime yet. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Against not a washed-up Brady. I mean, he's in the Super Bowl, but just not the best Brady we've seen. But at the end of their careers, we're gonna end up saying, yeah, So that's why I'm agreeing, but I'm saying it's tough.
Yeah, I think for me, the number one matchup as of right now is Manning Breeze, just because of where they were at in their careers. Both arguably in their prime. Well, no, both were in their primes. Like Matt said, both just led historic seasons for their team, unbelievable seasons for their teams. The only reason this matchup isn't number one for me is, like you said, Brady is a bit out of his prime. I'm not saying he's not a fantastic quarterback, because he is. And Mahomes, we don't even know what Mahomes is capable of. He could throw for 60 touchdowns for all we know. So just for that reason, I have that. But I really like the historical kind of thing with this matchup. It literally is passing the torch, which is crazy. I don't think we've seen this in football ever, really, something like this of this magnitude. So for me, as of right now, it's Manning Breeze. But in 5 years from now, you ask me the same question on episode 300 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast, I might have a different answer. So,
yeah, I said the exact same thing. I think, and even watching that Super Bowl when the Saints played the Colts, there was just all year everyone thought those were the teams, and then they were the teams, especially after the Saints got that huge win against the Vikings led by Favre, which would have been a good matchup as well. But that was crazy to me. I loved Drew Brees at that time. I did not like Peyton Manning, but still recognize the importance of it. I think when it's all said and done, this will be the best quarterback matchup. So I have it, I guess, as a tie as well with that game. But this is so big for both of their careers. And even though this is Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl, it's still he's playing Mahomes. It might be for the last time, and I know we've heard this all over the place for the last week or so, but this is huge. This is Brady's opportunity to really just end the conversation, and there's he'll be one up on Patrick Mahomes if they never play again. He's the guy.
That's good.
And if Mahomes can beat him, then Mahomes has a winning record against Brady. And I know they're not going head to head, but you know what I mean? If Mahomes has the edge in that matchup, and he ends up going to 10 Super Bowls, then we have a serious conversation. So yeah. I think this is a massive game for both of them.
I never thought about it that way.
I agree with you guys that this could be the best, but right now it's not the best for me. It's that Breeze Peyton matchup is number one, and I think it's going to be number one for me for a few years. Because I'm going to give an example. In 2002, Brady's first – I know it's not Mahomes' first Super Bowl, but it's pretty close. In Brady's first Super Bowl, he played Warner, right? And now we look at that as that could have been one of the greatest QB matchups ever. But at the time, did we know that Brady was going to be what Brady is? I'm not saying we think that Mahomes is going to be the next great thing, but we have no proof 5 years down the road that he doesn't get hurt and his career ends, right?
No.
So I think right now and for the foreseeable future, it's going to be Breeze and Peyton. But if Mahomes stays healthy, Mahomes finishes out his career the way we think it is, I think it's going to hands down go down as the greatest Super Bowl QB matchup that we've ever seen.
Yeah. I think that's a good analogy.
So enjoy it. We're going to move on to our second, and this is more of a fun one. It's basically, I mean, all four of us have had our teams in a Super Bowl. We've been lucky enough to witness that. So the question was, what is your favorite Super Bowl moment of all time? And if you say one that was in the Super Bowl that your team represented their respective conference, you have to say a different moment as well. So obviously, I mean, I've only seen one, and the play of the game was Tracy Porter's pick six that won them the Super Bowl. That's my favorite Super Bowl moment of all time. I'm sorry, Dawson, it happened to your team. I wish it could have happened to someone else. But that was my favorite. And listen, I'm going to just keep slamming Brady, even though I know he's great. But the Philly special, baby, that was like the first moment of the game where it became like, holy fuck, is Nick Foles about to really do this? Like, that was like, and it was just like, oh my God, we're about to see Brady go down. Who doesn't love seeing Brady go down? Like, so that was my favorite Super Bowl moment. And there's a bunch. But yeah, the Philly special, it was just so iconic now. Every time there's a trick play near the end zone, everyone calls it the whatever special, like, you know. Yeah.
I mean, sticking with the theme of fuck Brady and also supporting some of our boys, David Tyree. Come on. How can that not be anyone's number one? That is it's not even like it's a good catch, but it's just so there's something so symbolic about, you know, the pinning it to the head, Manning getting out of the pressure. You know, that without a doubt was one of the coolest Super Bowl moments I've ever seen. And it was, how long ago was that? That was pretty long ago.
That was 2008.
Yeah. So like I was 10 years old, like not just getting into football, but like haven't seen my fair share of Super Bowls. And that was like a really cool moment for me.
That was my first Super Bowl that I remember watching.
It has to be. It has to be. Like you can make the argument of like Manningham's catch and all that, but
man, that was a great ball.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
there's something special about that.
Let's stop talking about that. Spoiler alert. Come on. We still have more episode to go.
My favorite moment as well, like obviously I'm grateful and lucky enough to have seen my team win a Super Bowl. So Philly special, like just the balls to call that play at the time that it happened. Like it was 4th and goal, close to halftime. And I agree with you, Matt. Like that was the point where I was like, the Eagles might win this game. And that's when I really started getting nervous. Like I knew the second half was going to be crazy. Obviously it was. It was everything I hoped for when they won. That and Brandon Graham's strip sack at the end of the game was like, to me, those are like the two moments. But other than that, I'm going to go with Dawson's like little secret mention there. Mario Manningham's catch. And it's less about the catch for me, but more about the throw from Eli. Like every time I see that, I'm just like, that was the only spot he could have put that ball. And at the time of the game, like it's like the David Tyree catch. That was the moment where, okay, the Giants are turning this thing around.
Yeah.
So to me, that was really cool to see. And obviously I was a bit older. I think I was like 11 or 12 when that Super Bowl happened. So I understood I saw it. It was, anyways. So yeah, that's my favorite moment, other than, even though it was the Giants, like it is what it is. But
who was, Shane, before you go, who was the Seahawks version of that catch? Was it Jermaine Kearse?
Yeah.
Where he like caught, it was Jermaine Kearse, eh? Yeah.
Can we shut up, please?
All right, sorry.
We're going to keep going on this episode to become boring because we're talking about stuff we're talking about down the road, okay?
Also, one more. Actually, I'll let Shane go.
Boys, I am loving the support for the Giants today. Love it. This is something I never thought I'd see in my life. But yeah, David Tyree, that catch was obviously number one for me.
Yeah.
But seeing how I can't officially list that as my number one, I kind of have a tie for number one. And that was Julio Jones' catch against Atlanta on the sideline. That might have been the greatest catch I've ever seen in my entire life. That was ridiculous. And this one's, it's kind of biased because he's a Florida boy, but Percy Harvin's kick return touchdown to start the second half against Denver. They purposely kicked that ball short, and he still caught it and cribbed it 87 yards. That to me, like if you're purposely trying not to kick to someone and he still ends up cribbing it, I think he deserves his respect. And like I said, it might just be because he played at Florida, but those two are my top non-Giants.
I like that one.
We'll talk about it later, Shane. But that wasn't even the best catch in that game, for the record.
I disagree.
We'll talk about it later.
A special shout-out goes out to Santonio Holmes, too.
I was going to say, that was so close to being my
I'm going to take it out. I'm just going to take it out of our next segment.
All right. No, it's fine.
Anyways, we're going to move on to our bold prediction of the week. I don't know if any of you guys' bold prediction happened, but mine did not.
Shane had a push.
Mine fell short a minute, and then he let in 2 goals.
Yeah. It was brutal. Anyways, my bold prediction of the week is Patrick Mahomes is going to score the first touchdown of the game.
Okay. I like that.
When you say book it, does that mean you're putting money on it?
I'm going to put money on it. Why not? It's a Super Bowl, right? Might as well drop $60,000.
Mine is that I said this like a month ago. I just have this like inkling, and it probably won't even happen. But my bold prediction is that the Super Bowl goes to overtime this year.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
Just
Second
so
time ever.
crazy feeling I had. I don't
That
know.
would be crazy.
Feeling
This game especially.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh man. Okay, so my bold prediction last week was the Raptors beat the Bucks. They did not. Obviously, they suck. But my bold prediction of the week, I've kind of done this a few times, is Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns. I can see it happening.
All right. I already kind of touched on my bold prediction. That's for the 9th time in Super Bowl history. The Super Bowl MVP will be given to a defensive player. And that will be the first time since Von Miller won it in Super Bowl 50.
All right, that's good. We're gonna move on to a new segment that's just for the Super Bowl, because every time the Super Bowl comes around, there's some funny prop bets that come on. You know, you have a party and you're like, you know what, let's bet on this. So last year I was lucky enough to watch Super Bowl with my boy Shaner, made some money, especially with our first topic, and it's just what are you betting on the coin toss? You know, I'll go first.
We can say it at the same time.
It's tails.
Tails never fails.
Tails has never failed me. Okay. Last year, first time I ever put money on it, I earned $20 for my boy Shaner over here. I have a video getting absolutely hyped because of a coin toss.
And he tried to get my dog wasted.
It's always been tails. Ever since I was a kid, I would line up for captains in the playoffs, and he'd say, "What's your call?" I would say tails. My buddy Nolan beside me, right as the flip went, would say tails never fails, and we would get tails.
It doesn't.
It was just something that always happened. I've never shied away from tails. Tails is the one.
I don't remember which game I was watching last week. I think I texted you guys.
You did.
And I forget who even called it. I'm like, this guy's an idiot. He called heads, tails never fails. Without hesitation, the ref goes, it's tails. I'm like, stupid. Tails never fails. Never let me down. Never let any of my boys down. The correct answer is tails.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm a big tails never fails guy too. So simple choice for me.
For the purpose of the fact
Just because of this.
For the purpose of the fact that I love arguing with Matt, I'm just gonna say heads.
All right, well, we're doing this again. Eh? We're putting money on the line. So Shane and I actually put money on 2 things. I ended up winning the second one too, and that's what is going to be the color of the Gatorade that gets dumped on the winning team's coach. Last year, I had red till like halfway through the first quarter, and I was like, you know what? Nah, it's going to be orange.
Cheated.
Changed my mind. It was orange. I'm going with orange again. So both those things won me money. Let's hope they both win me money again this week.
I don't know why, and I know I'm wrong, but I have a little like purple G2 vibes in my head going on. I know it's not going to be that because purple Gatorade sucks.
Purple G2 is the worst drink on the planet. It's disgusting.
If the Beauchamps are listening right now,
Yeah,
I
sure.
want you both to know that purple G2 Gatorade is the worst fucking drink. Not even Gatorade, the worst drink on the
I want
planet.
you guys to know that I stand with the Beauchamps and I am a purple Gatorade lover.
I love purple Gatorade also. Purple Gatorade.
Horrible. But no, my pick is, I was going to say orange, but I don't want to be like Matt, so I'm going to say red.
Bro, ride with the orange, man.
All right, I'm Team Orange. I'll ride Team Orange.
Welcome.
I'll ride Team Orange.
I was hesitating, but I don't know. Both teams have red in their logos. Like I think it's just too good to be true. So we're gonna go with red. And the fact that it was orange last year, people do bet on this stuff. So
I'm pretty sure the actual odds are, it's either red or yellow versus the field.
Okay.
So like it's either red or yellow or versus any other color. So that's the betting odds.
Which it should be yellow because yellow is the best Gatorade. But we can get into this at a later date.
I completely agree.
I was gonna say orange with you guys, but because you both said it and I like arguing against Matt, I'm gonna take yellow on this one.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm not upset with it, so I'm not going to argue because I like yellow. I hope it's yellow for you, but
I hope it's yellow.
you need a dub. All
Or
right.
blue. Blue's delicious.
So the next funny prop bet was, the Super Bowl always has funny commercials. Us here in Canada, we don't get many commercials, but we do get some. And the question is, what company will be the first Super Bowl commercial aired after kickoff? And I'm just going to make things simple for whoever's watching this right now. I'm just going to take a little peek to my right here, and you can read that. And it says Bud Light. Bud Light, best beer on the planet. Big Super Bowl sponsor, big NFL sponsor. I'm waiting for all these commercials. I'm excited. Bud Light is going to be the first commercial aired.
So I'm kind of sticking with your theme of favorite products. Although I don't think Ruffles All Dressed will be a commercial in itself, or Miss Vicky's will have a commercial. I'm going to go with the top 3 chip, and that's Doritos. I think Doritos will have the first commercial of the Super Bowl. I don't know if it'll be Cool Ranch or something like that. I don't have.
They have some freaking funny commercials.
They do have some fucking funny commercials. I haven't thought that deep of, if it's a Cool Ranch commercial or whatnot, but I think Doritos will be there first.
The one I remember the most from the Doritos was there was a ninja, and he would throw Doritos at people and would stick it to their neck and they'd fall. That was the funniest thing when I was a kid.
I know there's there was a time machine that was powered by Doritos or some shit, and some guy would go in there. They were amazing.
Matt, great minds think alike. I'm going with Bud Light as well. I'm a huge Bud Light guy. That's what I'm going to be drinking during the Super Bowl. So I hope that's our first commercial.
Boys, let me set the scene here. Chiefs are going to get the ball. They're going to score. We're going to go to commercial, and it's going to be a goddamn State Farm commercial.
Why'd you say it like that?
It has to be a Super Bowl commercial. It can't just be like a Rogers rate commercial,
Well, I mean, Pat Mahomes is also State Farm.
It's true, but if it's a new commercial we haven't seen, then it counts for sure.
I do have this feeling that it's going to be like a COVID kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's good too. Yeah.
But I don't know I don't know if a company would put that out. But I also did see that Budweiser is not doing one this year. Pepsi's not doing one. There's some weird opt-outs.
It's just going to be the same State Farm commercial over and over and over again.
Skip the dishes.
Skip the dishes.
All right, so the next one is I thought this one was the funniest one, and it was, who does the Super Bowl MVP thank first? And my boy Patty Mahomes is going to thank his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's going to be the first one to thank. Most of them do. Most NFL players like to thank Jesus, and I think he does not break the tradition. Then he's going to go to Disneyland again if he can. Can you even do that? You're supposed to say, I'm going to Disneyland, but can you go to Disneyland?
I think it's open, yeah.
I think whoever wins is probably going to thank Jesus, but just for entertainment purposes, I think Travis Kelce is going to thank Pat Mahomes. That's all I got.
Assuming it's Brady, I think he's going to thank the Tampa Bay organization for bringing him in and everything. I think that would be his first thank you.
I agree with Matt. My boy Frank Clark is going to stand up there. He's going to give his praise to the Lord.
Okay, and this was the most out of the box. This is the most out of the box one. I thought it was actually really good, and it's over under 2.5 total players to attempt to pass. So basically, what it's asking is, do you think someone other than Mahomes or Brady is going to attempt to pass? And I said, for the sake of hoping, I'm going to take the over. I looked at the stats for the Buccaneers, and no one that wasn't a quarterback threw a pass for them. It was just Brady and Gabbert the entire season. And on the Chiefs side of things, Sammy Watkins attempted 1, and Kelce attempted 2. So here's the hoping Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid draw something up crazy, and we see Travis Kelce throw for a touchdown. Maybe that'll improve Dawson's case for Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, I think just because it's the Super Bowl and the whole historical Philly special and whatnot, I feel like we always see at least one crazy play in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go with the over. It's that play that they've had in their back pocket all year. They haven't called. They want to call it. Last opportunity to do so. Bieniemy's trying to finally earn a head coaching job maybe next year. So he's going to pull that off. I'd take the over on that.
I think it's crazy he didn't get a job. But.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that earlier, but
I agree with you guys. I'm gonna take the over. I think both these OCs are way too both tandems are way too creative. Like Andy Reid and Bieniemy, and then Leftwich and Arians, they're both way too creative for not to have some crazy kind of play. So yeah, I'm gonna take the over as well.
Was it attempt to pass or complete a pass?
Attempt to pass.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna also hop on the over. I'm calling it. It's gonna be Antonio Brown.
Wow.
Whoa. Shane's all about the bold predictions.
Lefty?
Damn it. Is it
that
going to be
was-
Frank
I
Clark
think
to
he's
throw
a
the
lefty.
pass?
What'd you say?
Is it going to be Frank Clark that throws the pass?
Yeah, it is. He's gonna come in. He's gonna be the goal line fullback, and he's just gonna throw one over the top.
Oh boy.
You never know. What if Brady or Mahomes goes down and Chad Henne comes in? It definitely could happen.
Anything's possible.
Facts. All right, so
Stand by Antonio Brown.
we're gonna move on to a segment that's kind of new, I guess, but we've been doing it, and it's this or that. I have my papers prepared here. Dawson's got a little. He's gonna write up a little test here, but this is gonna be a special Super Bowl edition. So all the questions are gonna be Super Bowl related. The first 5 questions are gonna be related to this year's Super Bowl. The next 4 are gonna be related to past Super Bowls and just opinions on certain things that happen in those. So the first one is, who is gonna get the most passing yards, Brady or Mahomes?
And now, just while we write this up, if you guys are listening on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, head over to the YouTube so you could see our reactions, so you could see us holding up these pretty little signs. I'm good now.
There it is. All right, so everyone but Shane had Patrick Mahomes. Shaner had Brady. I'm just going to hop in here and just say, honestly, no matter who it was against, I would never vote against Patrick Mahomes. It's just too hard to vote against him in passing yards at this point. That's the simple reason. I think he's just going to outthrow anyone in this league right now.
I'm voting that just because I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a better run game than the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the simple reason.
Could go either way, honestly, but yeah, I agree with Matt. It's hard to bet against Patty Mahomes being outthrown by anyone, even if it is Brady. And the Bucs do like to lean on a run game a little bit. So if they can get that going early, Brady might be less than 300. It would not surprise me.
I went with Brady because I think they're going to be trailing most of the game. And I think they're going to want to compete point for point. They're not going to want to give Mahomes back the ball if they didn't match his score. So I think they're going to pass a lot more than the Chiefs. I could see it being like what it was against the Eagles when both like Foles and Brady both had like 400 yards or something. I could see it being like that again. So
Brady threw for over 500, and that's
yeah, exactly.
by the way.
That's crazy. All right, so the next one is Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill. Who gets the most receiving yards? I'm going to go first for this one. I just I want to tell you.
This one's hard. Give me a second.
All right, so that's 2 up on the board for Kelce. So Dawson chooses Kelce to win Super Bowl MVP, but does not choose him to get more receiving yards than Tyreek Hill. And Shaner takes Tyreek Hill as well. The reason I picked Travis Kelce is because Tyreek Hill was so damn dominant in the first game. I feel like the Bucs are going to dedicate like 3 days of game plan straight on to what happened in that game against Tyreek Hill. They're going to have to double and triple and whatever it takes. And if that means leaving Kelce alone, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick who to cover, right? Like it's really hard. But I think because of last game and Hill going so crazy, I got Kelce going off in this one.
Yeah, the only reason – so I have Kelce to win Super Bowl MVP. I could see him putting up like 115 and 3 touchdowns, to be honest. Like I think he could put up those numbers. The only reason I have Tyreek Hill for more is because I think he'll just have more yards. I think he could put up 130, 150 yards. Who knows? It's Tyreek Hill. But just for that reason, I have Mr. Tyreek.
I feel like that's the only thing that's hard about going against Tyreek Hill is because at any point in time he could catch a 75
That's
yards.
it. That's it.
I'm gonna go with Kelce because yeah, I agree with you, man. I think the first game it was almost like they didn't know what to do with him, and Bulls like tried to man up Carlton Davis with him, and he got burnt. He had like 200 yards in the first half or in the first quarter. I don't know. It was ridiculous. Obviously,
Quarter, yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot more like shell style. He's gonna have Davis will be off him, and then you'll have the safety over the top. So I do think. I don't know. Actually, honestly, even with that, like, even if you play him like that, he's still like he runs a slant and makes one guy miss. He's off for 70 yards. So, anyways, but I do think they're gonna contain him for most of the game at least. So I'm gonna go with Kelce.
All right. The reason I went with Hill has nothing to do with the Chiefs' offense and has everything to do with the Bucs' defense, and it's three players: Levante David, Devin White, and Antoine Winfield. One of those three guys, or maybe two, every play is going to be on Kelsey, I think. Levante David is one of the best cover linebackers in the NFL. I think he deserves more respect. I think this game's he's gonna get more respect, and I'm going with those three players to not lock down Kelsey. He's almost impossible to stop.
I was gonna say I don't think there's one
Slow
soul
him
in
down.
the NFL that can lock him down. So, regardless of how good you are, and those guys are good. But anyways, let's move on. And it's who's gonna get more receptions, Scotty Miller or McCole Hardman?
While we prep, did you see that thing where Scotty Miller says he's faster than Tyreek Hill?
I can't believe you said that.
Like, shut up.
Ridiculous.
Shut up.
The kid's fast. He's definitely fast, but come on, man. Don't call a guy out like that, especially when you're not.
Especially when you know you're wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, so we got McCole Hardman across the board. So the way I see it is I feel like both of these guys kind of have similar roles where they're like kind of like the third or fourth option. I just see Hardman getting targeted more than Scotty Miller. I feel like that's just how it's been. Not taking anything away from Scotty Miller. I've always liked McCole Hardman for some reason. I think he's super fast. I don't even know if Scotty Miller's faster than McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
But
No, same reason. I if there was a bet, I could place a bet that Scotty Miller wouldn't have a catch. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. I think McCole Hardman will definitely have at least a few targets. Because I don't think he's necessarily the fourth option, whereas Scotty Miller is pretty much not even including tight ends, is the bona fide fourth option behind Evans, Godwin, and Brown. So I think he's just
even then. Tyler Johnson's coming in as their number 4 now.
He had a good game last week too. So
yeah.
So I don't know. I can definitely see this going to McCole, but you never know. It's going to be like 3 versus 1 or whatever it is. They're going to be low numbers.
Yeah, I think McCole Hardman is just a bigger part of that Chiefs offense. Who knows? We might see Scotty Miller get some special plays, but I think when he's in the game, they almost they get him in the game and the plays are geared towards him for a couple plays or whatever. I think he's more like that role guy. Whereas McCole Hardman, he can be a regular part of their offense if he gets rolling. So I think he's gonna have more receptions.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs use Hardman a lot more. They use him a lot on those jet sweeps and stuff, so he's gonna get receptions on those. And I don't know. Let's say they do kind of shut down Tyreek Hill. McCole Hardman's gonna have himself a day. So I don't think it's gonna be close. Honestly, you said 3-1. I think it's gonna be. I think I could see McCole Hardman going off for 7 catches.
I can see that too. Yeah.
That's a bold prediction. All right, so we'll move on. Second to last one of the Super Bowl on Sunday, and it's who scores first, Travis Kelce or Mike Evans?
Sheesh.
I'm just going to go first. I've got Mike Evans, and I think that Mike Evans is very overrated, but this guy just seems to have a knack for coming into games, scoring a touchdown, getting all these yards, and then disappearing. So for the simple reason that, listen, I have Patrick Mahomes scoring the first touchdown, but it's crazy because any of these two guys could score on any given drive. A guy like McCole Hardman, you're like, okay, maybe he scores. But Travis Kelce, you expect him to score. Mike Evans, you expect him to score. So the simple reason where I think I'm just going to say Patrick Mahomes scores for the Chiefs first. I'll say Mike Evans scores for the Bucs first.
Okay, 2 things. For everyone not watching, Cam, Shane, and myself had Kelce where Matt had Evans. But I also want to – I don't know if I'm the only one on this, but I don't think Mike Evans is overrated at all.
I don't think
Mike Evans – I think Mike Evans might be a little underrated after this year just because of the receiving core he's been behind. I think he's, without a doubt, the most talented receiver in that core. But I
More
definitely
talented
wouldn't
than
call.
Antonio Brown.
What's that?
He's more talented than Antonio Brown.
Right now, yeah.
I would say so. Yeah,
I think so.
absolutely.
I think so.
I'm gonna come back at you here, Dawson.
All right, go for it.
To me, to be a dominant receiver, you have to be able to make plays against great corners. And to me, I just haven't seen games where he has done that. Like he's put up great numbers. I'm not saying he's not a top 10 receiver. I'm just saying for some people to think that he's top 3, it to me is ridiculous. I think it's not good.
I would say top 3, but I would not say overrated at all.
Yeah.
When you just take, obviously I'm being biased because Marshawn Lattimore. Okay, I'd say he's a top 5 shutdown corner in the league because he puts up great numbers against good receivers. Mike Evans has played him 8 times, has limited him to 10 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in 8 games. Whereas a guy like Tyreek Hill could bust for those kinds of numbers in 1 game. That's just one example. I just don't think that Mike Evans plays well against great corners. I think he got pretty much shut down against Jair. It's just another example of that.
Yeah, but Jair also shut down a lot of top receivers in the NFL this year.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and again, you jumped the gun a bit with top 3 because that definitely wasn't my argument. But anyways, back to this. I got to ride with my guy Kelsey just because he's my pick. So I see him scoring early. I see him scoring often. So that's my guy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have any I think both of them could score, will score. I don't know, but I think Kelsey will score first.
I don't really have anything to add. They're both going to score in this game, I think. So
yeah,
whoever gets the ball thrown to them first, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoever crosses into the end zone first will probably score.
All right, so we'll go to our last one of this year's Super Bowl, and it's who gets the first who commits the first turnover, the Chiefs or the Bucs? So who's on offense and turns the ball over, if that makes sense? Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right. So Jada and I are together. We both picked the Bucs. Dawson Cam picked the Chiefs. Honestly, to me, I just see Brady throwing an interception. He hasn't been he hasn't been having his greatest playoffs. He has been throwing picks. So I just see him throwing making a mistake before Mahomes does.
Yeah, I think it might be the opposite for me. I just see Patty Mahomes throwing a very early interception. They play well from behind, so that might be in their game plan to throw an early pick. I don't know, but no, I just see a turnover early. I could see this game being 10-0 Tampa Bay in the first 5 minutes of the game, literally. But Kansas City overall will win. So, my pick for first turnover will be a Pat Mahomes INT.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of turnover it's going to be. I just think the Chiefs defense isn't they have Tyrann Mathieu, obviously, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, but other than that, they're all kind of low. I don't know. There's guys in Tampa secondary that are aggressive that look for picks, and then obviously their front seven's electric. They just have guys who are trying to make big plays all the time. So I'm gonna go with Tampa getting the first turnover, send themselves up in good position on their way to win.
All right. So for the people not watching, I did not actually write the Bucs on my paper. I wrote Frank Clark strip sack, and that is all I have to say on that one.
I can't wait for it to actually happen.
Bro, you're gonna hear me yelling from Sherbrooke.
Oh, baby.
Oh man! All right, so we got 4 more of the this or that, but this is we're gearing towards past Super Bowls, and I really like these comparisons. I'm really anxious to see what you guys think. And the first one is, which is the worst way to lose a Super Bowl? Is it the Malcolm Butler interception or the Atlanta Falcons losing to the Patriots off that crazy comeback, leading 28-3?
I tried to draw the Falcons logo, and it's really bad.
Hold on. Let me.
It looks like a pizza slice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I went with a side note, boys.
Titans. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That is bad.
You think
That
the
is the
Titans winning
worst.
the Super Bowl was worse than the Falcons
Nope.
getting beat?
Getting tackled on the 1 yard line will forever be the worst way to lose a Super Bowl.
No, I think having a 25-point lead and blowing that might be worse. Dude, you could literally, like, when you're up 28-3, you're getting sized for your ring already. Like, literally.
It's more heartbreaking to be 1 yard short.
I think it might be more heartbreaking, but it's not as bad. Like, you know, like you played a good game. The Falcons had maybe the greatest freaking first half in Super Bowl history. And then
I'm by my answer.
I was yelling, fuck you, Tom Brady, at my TV. Like, this guy's a bum. He's washed up. He's done. And then that happened.
Hey, Shane, answer the question. That was
I did answer the question. I answered the question my own way because your options sucked.
Whoa. All right. Next question.
Cam, do you have any words about that?
I just think, like, watching that was just – at halftime, so after Alford got that pick six, I was like, okay, it's 21-3, like, going into half, it's pretty ugly. When Atlanta scored on the first drive after halftime and made it 28-3, that's when I was like, this is lights out. There's no way they're coming back, and then they did. So, yeah.
I watched the game with my dad, and it was just the worst. Every time, like, you guys know my dad. He's a pretty manly guy, you know, but, like, every time the Pats scored, he got up and he was jumping on his tippy toes, hands in the air. He was freaking out. I think I was watching the game with my buddy Liam, and my dad gets up, hugs Liam. My dad has a beer in his hand. He's so excited. That was his favorite Super Bowl, obviously. And the fact that I had to become witness to that was just the worst. I mean, that sucked for me. I hated the Patriots. I had to cheer for the Falcons, who's like the Saints' rival. You know, like it was brutal. But to me, the Falcons' loss is just—I think this is the worst thing I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. It was awful. It was brutal.
And the worst part is you could just see it coming. You just felt it. You're like, oh, this isn't over. And you just had a pit in your stomach.
If we had Eugenie Bouchard on this, I'm sure she would have the same answer. Because when it was 28-3, she's like, some guy was like, "Would you go on a date with me?"
Yeah.
If the Pats came back, she said sure, and they actually went on a date, which is kind of
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
It was like on
fucking
Twitter.
Lucky guy.
He shot his shot.
Damn. If any team takes a big lead this weekend, I'm sliding their DMs asking the same thing.
All right, so I have, what is the crazier catch? Is it Julian Edelman against the Falcons or Jermaine Kearse against the Patriots? I've got Edelman. Cam has Edelman. We all have Edelman. Okay, so this is why I said that Julio Jones' catch wasn't the best catch of the game. This catch might be the craziest thing I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. I literally think that play happens 100 more times. He doesn't get caught.
Never. Yeah.
They literally thought the ref coming in from behind said no catch. The other ref that comes in and says catch, one of the most unbelievable calls in Super Bowl history. I know they went and reviewed it and stuff, but you can literally in slow-mo see the ball floating, and you just see Edelman just go like.
Let me say why I think Julio's catch was better. All right, it's because I think Julio's catch took more talent than Edelman's catch did.
Okay, I guess I'm arguing that it's crazier.
Yeah, but that's what I could see your argument, but I'm saying for me, why it was better is because it took
It's definitely a more athletic catch.
Yeah, not to say Edelman's catch didn't take talent, but I feel like it was like 90% luck.
And not for nothing, this isn't me taking anything away from Jermaine Kearse because that was unbelievable too.
Yeah. The reason I took Edelman is because they ended up winning that game.
Fair enough.
That was the only.
And it like, not for nothing, it was like it was a better catch. Like it was literally like defying physics. Like it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Like I'll just never get over that slow-mo where he's just it's so hard.
Yeah.
All right, so we were kind of talking about these before, and that's why I was getting upset. But who had the best footwork? Was it Santonio Holmes or was it Mario Manningham?
Shane, you know the right answer.
I think that's the wrong answer.
I think that's the wrong answer too.
Shane, I know you're going with your team, but you got to be honest here.
Boys.
If we're talking strictly footwork,
my boys. I ride with my boys.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Santonio Holmes' footwork might have been the best toe tap touchdown I've ever seen in my life, and the fact that it was in the Super Bowl made it that much great to win the game. Like, unbelievable. Both of them were unbelievable throws, but Santonio Holmes' catch was just one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Every time I watch it, I think of his NFL fantasy file things, whatever, the pick me, where he jumps on like the on the metal wire or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Santonio Holmes for me. We kind of touched on it before, like Big Ben. It was a amazing throw, like amazing throw. But Manning's throw to Manningham was just like that much better, and it just made it that much easier for Manningham in a sense. But yeah, Santonio, if we're talking strictly footwork, yeah. I think it's got to be that.
So the last one for this or that is which was the worst Super Bowl? Was it the Seahawks beating the Broncos 43-8, or the Pats beating the Rams 13-3?
Mine has nothing to – well, it does have something to do with the game, but there's external factors to it.
Myself included.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so Dawson and I have the Pats-Rams game. Cam, Shane have the Broncos-Seahawks game. I just want to say, I mean, I'm a big fan of seeing big plays and stuff, and that game just sucked. It was so boring. If you're a fan of defense, it was a great game. And the fact that I just didn't believe the Rams deserved to be there, you know, I know you guys are tired of hearing that from me, but it was just two teams I just didn't want to see in the Super Bowl. To be honest, that's what it was. I would have way rather. Imagine you got to see Breeze and Brady. That would have been amazing.
All right, so the reason I chose this game, obviously, it was a brutal game. But secondly, I had just gotten off a 7-hour flight. I was in Paris. It was 2 or 3 in the morning when the game started. The game ended. Yeah, the game ended at 7 a.m. And it was the most boring game ever. I had to go to a trade show the next day. And I was exhausted after staying up to watch a shitty game. So it just has a bad place in my heart. So that's Rams.
I like that reason.
Thank you.
To me, it comes down to, like, Seattle-Denver was never close. Like, that first snap went over Payne's head, and that was – at least the Rams-Pats game was 3-3 until that Brady-Gronk drive. So, to me, it's just Seattle-Denver was a lot more boring to me. I didn't even pay attention in the second half, really, to be honest.
That's good, actually.
Like Cam said, the game was over at halftime in the Seattle-Denver game. And in the Rams game, we kind of got to watch, like, be focused till the end. Even though it was defense, the Rams did have, like, the best offense in the league by far that year. So we expected them all game to maybe break open. And, well, for me, that's what I did. And I expected them till the end to break something. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but it still kept me interested, thinking that they could do it.
Remember how good Todd Gurley was that year?
Also, the fact that we're on the Rams right now, they just made a kind of.
I don't want to talk about it. It's gonna upset me.
Whatever. This is Super Bowl edition. We'll talk about that next week.
Oh, good.
Let's move on. That was this or that. That was a great this or that. But now we're moving on to everyone's favorite segment.
My favorite.
And it's top 5. And we actually have a treat. We got 2 top 5s.
Oh, baby. We're too good to the viewers.
And speaking of treats, the first top 5 is top 5 Super Bowl party foods. And I'm going to go first. At number 5, it's kind of like a 5A, 5B thing because I couldn't leave one of these out of my list. And it's chicken nuggets / pizza. I feel like I've always been a huge chicken nuggets guy, okay? Chicken nuggets are probably like my favorite food. I eat them all the time. And I feel like you just can't have a party, regardless of the Super Bowl, without pizza. Number 4, and it's purely nostalgia. I used to go to my neighbor's house for the Super Bowl, and he would always put out a big spread. And always when I was a kid, my favorite thing is he would have little bowls of like different candies. So it was like Skittles, Starburst, like gummy bears and stuff. And I always loved that. That's like my number 4. Number 3, I don't know if you guys might have this or not, but it's chips and like Costco's 7-layer dip. I don't know.
Yeah, I know my list usually sucks, but so far your list fucking sucks, Matt.
Dude, what do you mean it sucks?
Your list sucks.
This is
suck.
pretty bad. I'm
Bro,
not gonna lie. This
chips
is
and
pretty-
7-layer dips is fire. You can make
All right.
nachos. You can do whatever you want. Number 2, probably going to be on everyone's list, and it's chicken wings. I feel like you can't have a Super Bowl party without chicken wings. It's probably the food. It's probably, if you talk about Super Bowl food, it's probably chicken wings. And at number 1, I don't know why, every time we have a Super Bowl, I need to eat these, and it's pigs in a blanket. I love
Your list sucks.
You suck, Dawson.
Bro.
You
Oh,
suck.
I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to go.
That might have been the worst list in top 5 history.
It is. That was worse than kicking and screaming.
Definitely.
Anyways,
It's a
my
candy
list.
for me. I wasn't
My
thinking
list,
of
a good
anything
list that
sweet.
doesn't include Costco 7-layer dip and little bowls of candy. Number 5, purely nostalgia, fantastic Super Bowl food, chili. Chili with sour cream and cheese, 10 on 10. You can't miss. Number 4, this is the one that I'm not sure all of you will fuck with.
You're going
but
to
I
get
do.
mad at me for my list, and you come out with chili.
Yeah.
Chili's fire. What do you mean?
What?
Chili is so good.
What?
No.
Bro, you had candy. Bowls of
You didn't
candy.
even make your own 7-layer dip. Anyways, number 5. Number 4. This is the one that I expect a little flack, but I don't know. And that's calamari. Calamari is
Fire.
fire. Amazing finger food. A little marinara sauce, whatever it is. Speaking of marinara sauce, number 3, mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks are amazing.
I forgot
Fantastic
about
Super
those.
Bowl
Those are
snack.
good. Those are good.
Number 2, I'm shocked Matt didn't have this on his list, and that's nachos.
I told you could make it.
And that's nachos. Okay? Nachos, phenomenal. Top 2 Super Bowl snack / food. Number 1, as it should be on everyone's list, or at least on everyone's list, chicken wings. And I think everyone can say for the first time, I have a pretty baller list.
You do.
I'm pretty happy with that, so thank you. Good night.
That was a great list.
Yeah, but you guys are saying, like, oh, fire to his foods. Like, you can't act like mine aren't fire. Like,
Matt, I don't eat little
had
bowls of
bowls of
candy.
candy.
You would rather have 7-layer dip than nachos?
no,
Like
I
beefed
said
up
chips,
nachos with
7-layer dip. I literally
jalapeno.
said in my thing, I said you can make nachos. I literally said that.
You can't make nachos with 7-layer dip.
No, you can make nachos with the chips.
Nah,
But it's not
You're
nachos,
stretching it now.
So then why don't you just say nachos? So you could bring your own dip. I mean, I don't really know.
Fine. You guys are going to say that pigs in a blanket aren't good? That's a joke.
They're good.
Not number 1, definitely not. They're not even.
Someone
on my
mute their
list.
phone.
So here, I'm going with my list now. At 5, I have mozzarella sticks, but I also had to throw in fried pickles. I couldn't leave them off the list. I love fried pickles. Mozzarella sticks are a little bit better though to me, especially with the marinara sauce.
Yes,
You
sir.
cannot go wrong. At 4, I have chili as well. I make that stuff homemade. I love it. Cannot go wrong at all either. At 3, we got nachos. Like I'm talking with the ground beef, with the sliced jalapenos, like
Yes,
fully
sir.
loaded. You cannot
Manly
go wrong.
nachos.
And then at 2, something that nobody mentioned yet, potato skins. Like I love those. And then at 1, I have wings as well.
I'm gonna fight you on potato skins a bit.
Really?
They're
I
dry.
won't. No,
I'm
because
not talking about- I'm not talking-
moms.
No, Dawson, I'm talking about like boiling, like you bake the potatoes in the oven with oil and salt, and you cut them, and then you load up sauce, bacon, cheese, pepperoni,
Okay.
whatever you
Okay,
want.
like a twice baked potato almost. Like
Yeah.
There's 2 things
Okay.
you get from the Wilsons that are just classic, and one of those are potato skins. The other is the tree bark. Like it's
okay.
unbelievable.
I'll take back. I'll take it
I'll
back.
vouch for him on those.
All right.
All right. At 5, I'm gonna put something where it deserves to be. At 5, not at number 1. Pigs in a blanket. At 4, I'm also rocking with potato skins. Those things are slept on. Cam, I swear you better be making those on Sunday. It's the only reason I'm coming to see you.
I will.
My top 3 rides the same as Dawson. So we got matzo sticks at 3. We got nachos at 2. And as wings belong, number 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
quick little thing before we move on here. What is everyone's favorite wing sauce?
I mean, I got to roll with honey garlic, man. I mean, I'm a big Cunningham's guy, you know me, and I get 12 wings. I don't even get 6 and 6. I just roll with 12 honey garlers.
I think honey garlic on its own is tough to beat, but like a mild or like a spicy with the ranch,
Yeah,
with the addition of the ranch is hard to beat.
I agree with you.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, but
I'm a little
Cunningham's
like
ranch is
Buffalo
undefeated.
or
Cunningham's ranch is
with the ranch.
amazing. Sponsor us.
By the way, we're talking a lot about Cunningham's. You guys could be eating Cunningham's 48 wings.
Yes, sir.
Hop in there.
Yeah, this is us all saying that wings are in our top 2. I mean, everyone said it at 1. I said it at 2, but these are wings you don't want to miss out on, and it's super easy. You'll get it for free. You might as well just go and enter that contest. But that being said, we'll move on to our second top 5 of the day, and it is top 5 sports trophies. So what we decided, it was not individual awards, it was like championship trophies. So I'll start. I'm going to give an honorable mention. So my number 6, so honorable mention would be the college football playoff trophy. I don't think it's as important as these other 5 trophies, but I just really like the look of it. I honestly think it's a really well-designed trophy. But at number 5 of the World Series, I think it's one of the hardest trophies to win. I think it's a really good-looking trophy. Number 4, I have the NBA Finals trophy. I think that this trophy,
Larry O.B.
Yeah, the Larry O'Brien trophy. I think I mean, all these trophies are pretty well designed, but I don't think that this trophy is as hard to win as the next 3. Number 3, I have the Super Bowl. Big football guy. Obviously, I always grew up thinking, I'm going to win a Super Bowl one day, whatever. The team I care most about to win a championship would be the Saints or the Habs. So that's why at number 2, I have the Stanley Cup. I think the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to win in sports. I think there's always a new team winning it. You have to go through the most, like probably the hardest season. And the trophy's sick. You're holding it like this. It's a huge trophy. You could drink out of it. You know, like it's just the classic trophy. It's been there for so long. And at number 1, I have the FIFA World Cup, just because I think it's the most important trophy in sports. It brings the world together for a solid month. Everyone knows who's in the World Cup. Everyone watches it, regardless of if you're a soccer fan or not. It's kind of the same thing with the Super Bowl, you know, like the Super Bowl, everyone kind of just tunes in to watch it. But I feel like the World Cup is more important than the Super Bowl because everyone in the world is tuning in, not just people that are in regions that watch football, you know. So that's why I have the World Cup at number 1. World Cup 2022, go Germany. But yeah, that's my top 5 sports trophies.
So my top 5, I have the same as you pretty much except 1. Number 5, simply nostalgia's sake. I grew up with this. I had season tickets. It's the Grey Cup, actually. It's a cool design trophy. I went to a Grey Cup. I've seen the Alouettes win multiple Grey Cups. I think it's just a really it's a cool looking trophy. I personally, you know, I love the CFL. That we can debate about that after. Just the fact that it's a hometown football team is really cool for me too. And they were so dominant when we were kids. It was so fun to watch. So for that reason, I have them at 5. Number 4, the Larry O.B., just because of how, just for me, the trophy's okay designed. It's all right. But just seeing Toronto win it, I saw a video today of like the 2 million at their parade, and it literally brought a tear to my eye just because it was just so beautiful. And I love the NBA. Number 3, I have the Super Bowl. Just, again, nostalgia's sake, my favorite sport to watch. Would probably up there with the Stanley Cup. It would mean the most to me if my team won, like Matt said. So if the Colts won, it would really mean a lot to me. So for number 3, Super Bowl. Number 2, the World Cup. Just, it's a beautifully designed trophy. The significance of it, can't argue with it there. And then number 1, the Stanley Cup. When I think of a trophy, my mind just goes to the Stanley Cup, something looking like that. The Habs can do it this year. Who knows? They look really good. So that one would mean a lot to me too. So Stanley Cup number 1.
That's another thing I was saying. Like, I would like to see the Saints or the Habs win a trophy. I've already seen the Saints win a trophy.
That's it.
So I just know that the Habs are the craziest fans in hockey, and I would just it would be an unbelievable experience seeing the entire city go.
It would be unreal.
It would be unbelievable.
Crazy.
I think the whole city would be there. It would just be unbelievable. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
I almost hope they don't do it this year. I hope they don't win this year, just so that everyone can go with COVID.
Or I'll be on the streets. I don't care. If they win, I'll be there.
You'll see Shane and I shirtless flipping cars.
Yeah, I want more on looks, I guess. At 5, I have the World Cup trophy. I do really like the way it looks, though. And yeah, the significance of it is huge, obviously. At 4, I want the World Series, the Commissioner's Trophy. It just looks sick with all the flags on it. Like, I don't know, it's just a cool trophy. At 3, I actually want the Champions League trophy. I really like the look of it, like the big cup with the handles on the side. I really, really like it. And then at 2, Super Bowl, obviously, it's just classic, really, really classic trophy for me. The design is nothing crazy, but it's simple, and I think it goes a long way in the fact that it's simple. And then at 1, I have Stanley Cup as well. Like, obviously, growing up from Montreal, like, everyone's a hockey fan no matter what, and we always see the Stanley Cup. The Habs have never won it. Like, it's all in the back of our minds, and so yeah, I hope to see the Habs win one soon for sure.
All right, in my top 5, I touched on 2 trophies that none of you guys touched on. But at number 5, I have the World Series. Also, like Matt said, it is one of the hardest trophies to win, especially when your team every year decides to buy the whole league and still can't make it there. Number 4, the Lombardi Super Bowl. Watch that every year, no matter who's playing. Number 2, I think this might be controversial, but I think this is the second hardest trophy in sports to win.
Wait, did you just skip one? Am I like?
No,
you just got the number.
I said number 3 for 4.
Yeah, what's number 3?
Yeah, I'm doing number 3 now.
You said number 2. That's why I can't.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Number 3. I think it's the second hardest trophy to win, and it might be controversial, but the March Madness National Championship.
Ooh, I like that. I don't even know what that trophy looks like, though, to be honest.
It's pretty basic. It's just like a plaque, kind of. It's nothing special. I just went on how hard it is to win. No matter what, the team you always think is going to win never ends up winning. It doesn't matter. Number 2, I have the World Cup of Hockey trophy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
Hey, yo, like.
Wait.
No, look it up. Look it up.
Have you ever seen the trophy? Go look at the trophy right now.
No, I've seen the trophy. It's a nice trophy, but it's not a top 5 trophy in the world, man.
I think it. I
asked my top 5.
You didn't put it though, Cam.
You asked my top 5.
You could. Like, you could definitely make the argument over a bowl of gummy worms at a Super Bowl.
Yeah, fuck gummy worms at a Super Bowl party.
Bro, you can't argue against nostalgia just because, like, you know. Like,
it is one of the nicest trophies I've seen, and that's why it's in my list. And number 1, obviously, Stanley Cup. You guys all touched on the points. Montreal, maybe this is the year. Probably not, because they always get my hopes up and then completely shatter my heart. And like,
this is different, though.
In like round 3, when Chris Kreider decides to rail Carey Price in the net, that's fine. I'm not over that. I'll never be over it. And the Stanley Cup will always be the trophy that I want to see my team win the most, even over the Super Bowl. So Stanley Cup's number 1.
I feel like we all had a theme to our top 5 sports trophy, except for Shaner. Like, you had like different reasons for, like, you know, like, to me, my theme was just like significance. Like, I think like whenever you define significance, that was mine
was nostalgia.
Like, you said, okay, it's how hard it is to win, and the next one you said it's a nice looking trophy. Like,
all right. Well, you know what? It's Shane's list. So
fair enough. You know,
that's the theme. It's Shane's.
You know what? Okay, my food one is my theme. Okay, it's just mine. Okay, I'm never gonna get over that. Okay, and we're gonna move on to our last segment of the day, and it's one we do every week. We're gonna make some money, and it's our lock of the week in terms of betting. I can't believe my lock didn't hit. I mean, Colorado beat the Sharks 3-0, and somehow Nathan McKinnon didn't register a point. I should have said Draisaitl and McDavid are going to combine for 11 points, and that I
can't believe didn't even have a shot on net.
It's unbelievable. So my lock of the week, since it's Super Bowl week, I'm going to go back to football. It's my last time I can bet on football, I guess, and it's Travis Kelce's over reception prop at 7.5. So I have him over 7.5 receptions.
Okay.
I can
my lock of the week last week. Yeah, I can see that. My lock of the week last week was, I believe, Nick Suzuki point score, which he hit. So I'm going to roll with the Habs again. I think the Habs.
It's Super Bowl week, bro.
I know. I'll do two.
Okay.
I think the Habs win 2 straight against the Canucks. So tonight, yesterday if you're listening now, and tonight if you're listening tomorrow.
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday. Anyways. So, yeah, that's my lock. And then in terms of Super Bowl, I'm going to ride it till I die. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown scorer.
Yeah, that's mine as well. Don't think you could go wrong with it. And this is our last chance to do this. So Kelsey, anytime touchdown scorer, book it. That's a lock in my books.
All right, my lock of the week is plus 4,000. Frank Clark, Super Bowl MVP. You can nail it. Actually, I checked the player props this morning, and the over/under for Clyde Edwards-Helaire total yards was at 48.5. So that's rushing and receiving yards. I'm going to take the over on that. I think that's a lock.
All right. Well, that does it for episode 8 and our special Super Bowl edition of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. If you're still with us, wow. If you're still with us, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Go enter our giveaway. As we were saying, all you got to do is go to our most recent Instagram post, share it to your story, like the post, tag a friend, and follow us at Nothing But Controversy, and you are automatically entered into a draw to win 48 of the world famous Cunningham's wings for Super Bowl Sunday. Go follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, at Nothing But Controversy, and if you want to see the entire recorded video, go to YouTube at Nothing But Controversy to see our reactions, see the papers go up for this or that. And go mention us to a friend, share us around, and we'd really appreciate it. But have yourselves a wonderful Super Bowl. Go Chiefs.
Enjoy some candy in a bowl and Costco 7-layer dip, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, baby. That's right.
All right, boys and girls.
Peace out.
Later.